channel. So today I've decided that I'm gonna do a story time because I don't know, felt like I needed to do this one. So this is gonna be a story time about the time that my son used to talk to dead people. I know that sounds fucking crazy, but it's fucking true. So the first time we ever experienced this with my son, he was probably right around 2.5. We had just had Celia, so we kind of just figured it was him making up an imaginary friend because he wasn't getting all of the attention that he used to. But yeah, we'll get into the story. So the first time he ever brought up a person that he was around that talked to him was when we lived in North Carolina, and he kept telling us that there was a little girl named Lily that lived under his bed. And you know, at first me and Doug were kind of like, well, that's fucking weird, like, okay. So we kind of just blew it off, and then it just progressively got worse. Like, he would get up and come in our room and be like, Lily doesn't want to sleep alone. Is it alright if she comes and sleeps in you guys' room? And then just like spiraled out of control one day when we were sitting at the dinner table, and he goes, so Lily is dead, but her parents are alive, and she died in a car accident. And she's really sad because she wants her mommy and daddy, but she can't have them, so she wants to know if you and daddy can be her new mommy and daddy. I literally went and bought sage the very fucking next day. Like, nope, I understand that she probably wasn't bad, I get it, but it freaked me out because the story just progressively got more intense. Like, we got more into a storyline that at that point I didn't know if it was for real, if we were faking it, if we were really doing this. Like, I didn't know what was going on anymore. So yes, so after that I went and staged the house. He really didn't speak about Lily anymore. Then we moved to Texas, and he started preschool, and I would walk him to and from preschool every day. Well, it first started in the house before Doug deployed to Korea, and he would say, Johnny doesn't like daddy. And it was very confusing because we were like, who the fuck is Johnny? Like, who is this person? So he just keeps getting into this storyline with Johnny. Johnny lives in his closet. Johnny doesn't like Doug. Johnny would walk to and from school with us. He, you know, he would do all these things, and Braden would know all these things about this guy that did not like Doug, and we couldn't figure out what was going on. Like, and then one day we're all sitting at dinner, because he likes to do this while we're sitting at dinner, and he looks at us and he goes, Mom, Johnny was a nurse for people that were sick, but not like sick, but sick up here. Okay, so then it gets worse. He tells us his last name, and it starts with a G. It's very, like, very Italian, and I don't want to butcher it. And so I will actually probably try to insert the person, like, right here. I will look him up. I'm gonna try and find him. But he told us that he died in the field across from our house. We lived on base, and behind the commissary there was this huge field that was like a football field. Well, if you know anything about Fort Hood, Texas, you know that there was a really big shooting there, and some people died, and coincidentally one of these guys' names was Jonathan, and he went by Johnny, and the last name was spot on. This kid freaked us the fuck out. And I'm not kidding when I say freaked us out. I'm no joke. Like, so I did the same thing. I saged the house. I didn't know what else to do, so I kind of just saged the house because that's all I ever knew what to do. So, but Johnny didn't leave. Johnny was there. And after my husband passed, it kind of made sense, like, why Johnny didn't like Doug. He had a lot of mental health issues and that he couldn't rope in. And so I can understand why he kept saying that Johnny was there and Johnny didn't like Daddy. And he was very protective of me and the kids, is what Braden would tell us, that Johnny was there to protect us. Johnny was there to take care of us. And Johnny wasn't leaving. So, yeah. And then we moved home after Doug passed away. So we moved back here, like, to Tennessee. But we didn't live in this house. We lived in another house. And Braden would be asleep. And he would wake up in the middle of the night because his dad would be in his closet. And his dad would sit on the end of the bed and pull at his feet, and his dad would tickle him, and his dad would wake him up to talk to him. And then one night, Braden got up in the middle of the night and came in my room and said, Daddy really doesn't want to live in the box anymore. Daddy wants to come back and be with us. And I said, buddy, that's not possible. Daddy's got to live in his box for the rest of, forever. And he was extremely upset because he said that his dad promised him that he was going to come back. And then 2 nights later, me and my friend Adrian and her girlfriend Amanda, we were all kind of just like laying on the bed, having a good time, like just hanging out. And all of a sudden we kept hearing cups fly through the house. Like, it just sounded like a bunch of cups, like plastic cups were hitting the ground. And I had a bunch of red Solo cups that were sitting on my counter. And I was like, they're just falling over. The cat knocked them over, whatever. So we go out there and, like, there's fucking red Solo cups everywhere. Like, everywhere. I'm like, okay. So we pick them all up and we're, like, looking for Leo. So now we're looking for the cat. Cat's not in the house. Cat's outside. Both dogs are in their kennels, by the way. We made sure it wasn't near a vent. We checked everything. I was like, okay, it was a freak accident. Like, it happened. Oh, well, might have slid. There's water on the counter. Blah, 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 blah. You know, you come up with every excuse you possibly can when something weird happens that you can't explain. So, we went back to the bedroom. My niece, Mariana, was there by this time. And, yeah. And then all of a sudden, we just hear this huge crash of fucking red Solo cups. And I mean, the door was open, so you just saw them. They just went whoosh, like, all across the floor. And I was like, oh, hell no. Like, nope, 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 nope. So I went and got the kids, and I brought them in my room, and we all slept in my room. That next day, I went and bought sage, because that's the only thing I know what to do. And I salted doors. I fucking did everything I possibly could. But the thing is, like, if it's his dad, like, am I really wanting to, like, get rid of him? Like, so eventually, you know, I saged the house. I did. And it got better, but, I mean, he always talked about his dad being in his room and this, that, and the other. And, like, Naz would experience weird things, and she's never experienced anything in her life. So this changed her output on the way paranormal is viewed, like paranormal things are viewed. So this changed that for her. And then we moved here, like we moved out of that house and we moved in here with Naz, and we didn't bring his ashes in the house. And everything has been quiet here. So Braden hasn't talked about anybody being in his realm. Nobody has been, like, here with him, and we honestly think that maybe he was a twin. So, like, let's go back to the beginning. He was a twin, and he absorbed his twin. And so there are times when I can tell a difference between Braden, and then I call him Cooper when he's having his little moments. So, I mean, he has 2 different personalities for sure, and that's something that can, I don't know, I've read some things about twins and absorbing twins and inheriting their personality as well. And he also talked about his brother for a while, how his brother was, his brother never was born, and his brother looks just like him. And I mean, his whole life he's talked about strange things. He hasn't done it in a very long time. Since we moved in with Naz, he hasn't really talked about like that part. So I'm guessing it's like settling down, which is a good thing because I'm grateful for it. But if he does have a gift, I'm grateful for that gift that he was given as well. So I know some people don't believe in this stuff, and I know that, but I experienced it firsthand with him. And yeah, so I definitely believe that he sees and talks to people that aren't technically here, and I trust him. I don't think that he's imagining things. So yeah, there's that. And I know everybody's gonna have their own difference of opinion and agree to disagree kind of thing, but this is something that I believe in fully because of my son, and I believe in it fully because of things that have happened in my lifetime. And if you'd like to hear more like paranormal stories about what's happened to me in my life, go ahead and comment or like this video. And if you like videos like this, like it, I guess. And I would like for you to subscribe, to get to know my family, my wife, my kids. I would love for you to join our family, and turn on your notification bell for when I post new videos. I plan on posting more story times. I enjoy telling story times. I actually love doing them. I think they're a wonderful experience for me, and just helping me get my stories out there. And then yeah, so if you guys have anything you would like for me to do a story time on other than paranormal videos, I have tons. I have funny I have funny stories, I have not so funny stories, I have a lot of things. So yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the day. Don't forget to subscribe, and I hope that you guys have a great rest of the week, and I will see you next Sunday.